This is where the rubber hits the road. We're going to walk through the process in this lesson of getting your domain name and your hosting account set up. This can seem really overwhelming, especially if it's your first time doing it. So don't freak out, don't get overwhelmed. The process is actually really easy and we're going to walk through it step by step. So the first thing you need to do is go over to bluehost.com. Now, if you use our link, we actually have a special deal with Bluehost where you can get a little bit of a cut on the price for your first year of hosting. So in order to do that, you can either click the link below the video, or if you're having a hard time finding it, go to our recommendations, hosting recommendations on incomeschool.com, and then click the Get Bluehost button. This is going to take you, as you can see here on my screen, it'll take you to our page for the fans of Income School. So you'll just click Get Started Now, and it's going to give you three options. It'll give you a basic plan, a plus plan, and a choice plan. Just go with the basic plan. That's going to get you exactly what you need for now. By this point, you really should have done some of the pre-work to make sure that you know exactly what domain you want, to find the niche that you want. If you haven't done that, go back to some of the other videos in the previous steps so that you can really be ready, that you know that this is the right domain for you and that this is the niche that you really want. If you've already made those decisions, then great. What you can do here is you can type in the domain that you've decided that you wanted. The next thing you're really just going to have to do is enter all of your account information, your name. You don't have to put in a business name. They'll want your address, phone number, email address, and you're going to be able to choose here the package that you want. So you can see that if you choose for 12 months, it's $4.95 a month. As of the time of this video, the 24 month is a little bit better deal, and then the 36 month is a little bit better deal. Personally, I'm going to go with the 12 month at $4.95, but if you feel like this is something you just don't want to have to worry about for the next few years, this 36 month $2.95, it's a great deal. So you can choose the one that you want there. It's going to give you some package extras options here. I'm going to tell you exactly which ones you need and what you don't. One that you're really going to want is domain privacy. Generally, in the past, I never used this. I was never worried about having somebody be able to see my name or email address. And then one day I set up a site and it was a very monetizable domain, and I have probably gotten 500 phone calls from people who were able to access my phone number. So you're going to want domain privacy. It's 99 cents a month, but it's definitely worth it to keep your information out of the public eye. You don't need CodeGuard Basic. You don't need the SEO tools. You don't need single domain SSL. You're actually going to get that SSL for free. You don't need the Microsoft 365 mailbox, and you don't need SiteLock security. All right, so that really the only extra option that you're going to need is the domain privacy and protection. That's just going to be the best deal for you for the first year. All right, after that, you're going to enter your card information, and then you will click that you have acknowledged that you have read and agreed to the terms that Bluehost has set, and then click submit. All right, go do those steps, and then we'll be back in just a second. All right, now that you have all of your payment and information entered in, your account is ready to be set up. So you can click create your account here. Also note that whatever email address you use to set up your account, you're going to have your receipt emailed to that email address so you can keep for your own records. All right, now it's going to give you the opportunity to create your password for your account. So your domain name can work as your username, and when you go to set up your account, your domain name will be your username. And so now you just have to create a password for your account. Write this down. You do not want to lose the password to your hosting account. Of course, you can always recover it if you do, but it's really good to have a safe place for all of your passwords, whether it's a special notebook, whether you keep it on a computer in a locked file, something like that. Just write your passwords down so you don't forget them. All right, now after you have your password, click Create Account. Then you'll go to Login. And you'll see here that your email address or your domain name will both work for your login credentials. And then you'll type in your password. At this point in the setup process, Bluehost is going to ask you some different questions to gauge how much help you're going to need getting your website set up. Since you're watching these tutorial videos, you really don't need any of Bluehost's help. And so I'm just going to show you on my screen here what I am going to click through, and then you can follow the exact same pattern so that you don't end up landing on different pages than I do. So do you need help? Just skip this step, skip this step, skip this step. You can skip this step, skip this step, and then you'll get to the page where it says, tell us a little more about your site. What do you want to name your site? I'm just going to name my site what my domain name is. I'll just capitalize the letters and kind of break up the domain name. Then you can add a little tagline if you want. And then continue. At this point, Bluehost is going to prompt you to choose a theme. Now, all of the themes that you see here on this page are free themes or free versions of themes. I am going to encourage you to wait to put your theme on the website. And I'm going to encourage you to use Acabado, our free theme that comes with your Project 24 membership. It's very, very simple to use, easy to set up, and it's going to prevent you from making a lot of mistakes as you get familiar with WordPress and setting up your blog. So for now, you can go to the bottom of the page and click skip this step. And now at this point, Bluehost is installing WordPress on your domain name, and you are nearly ready to get your WordPress site set up. So as soon as the page loads, you're going to be into your Bluehost account. All of your settings will be set up, and you'll be ready to log into your website and get things rolling. You're now into the back end of your Bluehost account, and I just want to walk you through a couple of the pages here so that you can kind of understand what you're looking at, just to give you a basic orientation of Bluehost. So this page that it dumps you out on after you sign in, this is just kind of the home page, the back side where you're going to land whenever you log into your Bluehost account. There's a button here that says log into WordPress, and in the next video we're going to actually click on that button and log into your site for the first time. So you should consider staying on this page and being ready to log into your WordPress site. Also, this next item here, it just shows you what your sites are. So for now, you probably only have one site on your account, but eventually in the future you may add more sites, and you can see here this is where you could do that. This is a marketplace for a bunch of different tools and add-ons that cost more that you can add on if you'd like, but really none of these things are things that you need. So if you're interested, feel free to look through them, but it's nothing that you really need. Next here is, again, more tools that you'll not use. The next item is your domain. So you can see your domain name here. You can see the date that it expires. So you paid for a certain amount of time to have the domain active. You can see that it expires here. You can click to manage it. You can see the drop down here. You are going to come back to this domains tab in the future to set up some more. You're going to integrate it with some data tracking so that you can get statistics for your website, but that will come later. The next thing that you can look at here are marketing tools. These are more things that the hosting company will recommend to you that you don't really need right now. And then advanced, it will take you to what's called a cPanel, where you can do more deep dive into the back end of your website. Again, for now, these are things that you're not going to need. You probably won't even use your cPanel for the first few months of your website setup. All right, well, that is setting up your domain and hosting account. Remember, you can go back to home on the back end of your account and be ready to log into your website.